Welcome to the next segment of Get to Know an OVC staff member. Today we have Assistant Commissioner for Media Relations Kyle Schwartz. Kyle, in 30 seconds or less, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, where you went to college.
I grew up in a small town in northeast Kentucky, Flemingsburg, which is about 15 minutes from Moorhead, where one of our OVC schools is located. I went to the University of Kentucky, and I got a double major in marketing and management. And my last semester, I knew I wanted to do some in sports, so I did an internship at Host Communications, which is now IMG College, who we partner with. And that got me into the Media Relations Sports Information field, where I did 2 years at Southeast Missouri State, another OVC school, and then 4.5 years at the University of Northern Colorado, and then I've been here the last 3 years.
You've worked at a school and a conference office. Tell us about the differences and what you like about each one.
Great question, Heather. The fact that they're kind of the same, but they're totally different in some aspects. At a school, you get to do a lot of hands-on, kind of working with one team. You get a lot of student-athlete interaction, which I really enjoyed, but you're sort of focused maybe on one sport for 4 or 5 months. Here, I have 11 schools to kind of root for. It's obviously a lot more office work here, but at the same time, I have more time to kind of concentrate on bigger issues in the media relations field, and I kind of get to help all of our schools instead of just thinking about one.
You have a small dog named Tucker. Tell us about him and how he's changed your life.
I didn't have dogs growing up, but my wife always had dogs. So after we moved here, actually right here in this office, she found him in a pet store and came in here and pretty much begged me one day to go get him. So of course I love my wife, so we did go buy the dog. He's 5.5 pounds. He's about this big, and he thinks I guess he does own the house, but. People say it's a lot like having a child. We don't have a child yet, but maybe it's good practice for when we do. I guess the one difference is if we wanted to go out or go to the movies or something, we could put him in the kitchen in a crate, and if we had a child and did that, somebody would probably come to my house and take me away in handcuffs.
You like to go to concerts. Tell us which concert you've been to that's been your favorite.
I do like concerts. I've been to literally hundreds of concerts over the years. Dave Matthews Band's my favorite. I've seen him 28 times over the last 12 years, but probably if I had to pick one, the favorite one I went to when I was a freshman in college, I went to see Garth Brooks in Cincinnati, and I really like country music now. I really wasn't as much into it then, but I sat a couple rows from the stage, and seeing him and the show he put on was really great. He's definitely a great entertainer, kind of crosses all genres of music, and the fact that I hope that someday he comes out of retirement and plays some more shows.
You have a weird obsession with lawn work. Give our viewers a good lawn maintenance tip.
It's kind of the joke around here is that when I first moved here, we rented a house, and they had a crappy yard, but I was in charge of taking care of it, and I hated every minute of it. But when I bought a house, I told myself I was going to make sure it was the most perfect condition yard I could get. I was going to take care of it. So one thing I could suggest is a little fertilizer and some water in the yard goes a long way. But people around me, they have very nice yards. So if you see your neighbor who has a nice yard doing something, just ask them what they're doing and try to copy.
Tell us about one thing about yourself that no one else knows.
Well, I haven't worked in the college athletics field now for about 10 years. I've gotten to go to 47 of the 50 states, which is pretty awesome. And I've got to travel and see a lot of places that I never would have gone on my own. So I haven't been to Wisconsin, Idaho, and Alaska. So it's my hope that maybe someday I'll get to those before I die.
You could have dinner with any 2 famous people in the world. Who would those people be and why?
It's a great question. I wish it was like I could have 10 or 11 people you have dinner with or whatever, but I think I've narrowed down to 2. One would be Dave Matthews, as I mentioned. I've never met him, and just to get a chance to sit down and talk about his music and stuff, that would be pretty cool. And I think the other person I haven't met that I'd like to have dinner with would be Lance Armstrong. I had a friend who kind of knew him through a connection, and just what he went through with his cancer battle, I think he's just a great story coming back to win 7 Tour de France in a row. So I think those 2 would make for a good conversation.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Kyle.
Thanks.